Alright, Crafty review coming here from not the Panteezy. We're at Cantina Montoya. A little change of venue.
I was gonna say Monteezy, then work the same way.
Then work the same way. Just stick with the Cantina. So we've been back. It's been a while, but we've been busy with life, vacations, and just kids in school.
Doesn't mean we haven't been drinking, right?
No, it doesn't mean we haven't. Just had to find time to have fun and do some reviews. So recently I went back home, as we mentioned before. I was from Ogden, Utah, and we went out to Salt Lake. My cousin JD, who actually is very involved with Crafty Review behind the scenes, met some guys at a local beer fest back in Ogden. Their name's Shades of Pale. They used to have a shop up in Park City, but apparently they relocated now to Salt Lake. So he was kind enough to get us in contact with Trent and Alex. Trent's the owner, and his wife Alex. They set up shop there. Big facility, actually. Got room to grow. Potential is through the roof. Based on their plans, they're going to own the block here eventually. Very big patio area in the back that they're going to have. They're going to have food, bands eventually. But right now they're getting situated and getting things organized so they can
start somewhere, man. Sounds good.
Exactly. So while we were there, he was kind enough to pour us some drinks and let us know, kind of what his story is and so forth. And again, like I mentioned, they're from Park City. Decided to relocate into Salt Lake City, a little bit bigger area. And he's been brewing for about 15 years. He's got a shop hand there also helping him, but they built it from the ground up. So they was kind enough to pour us one of their beers here. It's their white IPA, and they're calling it their White Russian. So he poured a few of us the samples, and I told him, well, if anything we can do to push your brand and help you succeed, we're going to do it. So he was kind enough to leave us a bottle, and we're going to crack into this today. Nice. Not a whole lot of specs on the beer. This is actually a pilot series. Anytime you see an X on their label, it's more of a pilot series. But in talking to them, they're actually going to move forward with production for this
nice.
Beer. So we'll crack open and give it a try.
I was going to say, so this is one of them limited edition ones right now. Huh?
Well, it's limited because there's only one here, but I'm sure he's got plenty to go over here. A lot of citrus.
Yeah, pretty little cloud color.
Still on our filtered action there.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of citrus right off the bat.
Delicious.
Let that settle down a little bit.
Ain't nothing wrong with head. Whenever you can get head, whether or not it's on their beer otherwise, probably a good thing.
Especially on a hot day like today.
Oh, today. That can't go wrong. Let's give it a go.
Got some tartness to it, some of that, like a lemony. I taste a little bit of a mix of a bunch of citrus. I don't know if he uses it, what they use in it, but then I got some lemon. Actually got a little bit of grapefruit. I couldn't distinguish first if it was an orange or if it was grapefruit, but yeah, I definitely think it's a little bit more of a grapefruit.
Well, I've had it before, so I want to know what you think.
I think it's good. Normally, white IPAs trip me out. I know can't remember which white IPA we did before, but it trips me out because when most people think of an IPA, right, it's the bitterness, it's, some people say it's too strong, but white IPAs, I think if they're done right, the citrus that they use and maybe the zest or maybe if they use some of the wheat that they use really helps to balance out that bitterness, and then it becomes a beer that people that might otherwise be scared of an IPA because of what they might think about it, actually makes it a pretty good gateway into it. So I think it's good. I think they do a really good job of getting that citrusy, getting some of that sweetness to balance out some of that bitterness. You still get a very small hint of the bitterness, but not overbearing, not what the typical person might associate with an IPA.
One thing that he mentioned to me in some of the styles of beers that he tends to brew, I don't know if you picked up on it, but it's been a few weeks since I've had it, and it still tastes, obviously, what he describes is the same. I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna ask you to drink it again and see if you pick up on it. But it's a lot drier of a finish. That taste doesn't stay with you. It cleans up right away, and you need to go back in again.
I can see that. Yep, wasn't looking for that before. But yeah, it's just like, so sometimes with different beers, and I guess I'm trying to explain what you're describing there, is you'll get beers that'll just linger on the palate for a while. Linger. But then you get beers that will just, you drink it, you get the flavor, and then it's almost like they pump the brakes on and it just stops. And so you get what you might be describing there is that dry finish, and then it kind of just subsides.
Yep.
But yeah, it's gone.
And he described it to a
Yeah.
T. Even after tasting a few of his other beers, the finish profile was the same. Pump the brakes, like you said. And as soon as I was going to mention it to him, that, you know, as far as it being really dry on the end, he said it. He took the words right out of my mouth. So I like that when you talk with somebody that brews beer, and they describe it to you to a T after you taste it, and it's like, well, it all sums up.
Yep.
He knew exactly what he's trying to do. It's portrayed in all the flavor profiles that he has. You can tell he's not bullshitting you.
Yep.
It comes across exactly how he planned.
Because with all due respect, I mean, you get some guys that say, "Oh yeah, you'll taste grapefruit, you'll taste this, you'll taste that," and then you taste it, and you're like, "Shit, that doesn't taste anything like you just described to me."
Some raisin.
Yeah, but that's about it. So if that's what he was talking about, nail on the head, man. You got it right.
Scale of 1 to 5. What do you want to give it?
I'm gonna give it a solid 4. I really will. It's a really good beer, very refreshing. I'm in this kind of a lighter beer phase right now. So on a hot day, I don't know what the degree is now, but it's too damn hot. Great beer, to drink, you know, while you're out here. Unfortunately, I think I only have one, cheap ass, but nonetheless, good beer.
So you fly with beer on the plane.
Yeah, you're limited.
You can't bring a keg across and 6 packs at a time. You kind of got it's an economical, man. I'm flying third class over here, man.
Holding under the wing.
Exactly. I'm gonna give it a 4 1/4. I think it is really solid. Very flavorful beer. It's definitely hop forward. Everything about it, it's hop, IPA all the way. But I do like the dryness of it. You know, it's not some of the other Southwest style IPAs and the citrus styles profiles that we've had before. They tend to kind of run the palate all the way to the back, but this one does cut off, and it tends to want me to go back and drink a little bit more. But I'll give it a solid 4 1/4.
Nice.
Question is, would you tap this?
Oh, I would definitely would tap it. Really, again, sum it all up. It's a good beer, very citrusy, very refreshing. You know, you drink it all day, and you probably won't remember that you drank them all day, but it'll be a good time while you're doing it.
Very easy beer to drink all day.
Would you tap it?
I tap the shit out of this, you know that. I'd like to give props to the 801 as well. I mean, anything that we can do to promote any, you know, craft brewery, industry-wide, is what we're about. We just want to get their name out there. They've actually talked about trying to come and do some beer festivals out here.
Nice.
It sounds like the story they got is you're not big enough yet, or you're not well known. Well, you know what? Give these guys a shot. Give anybody a shot. You know, you got your big boys are out there always at these beer festivals, but you run across the ones that you've never heard of, or never had a lot of their styles of beers, and it could be your next favorite one.
Yep.
But they just need a chance to get into the mix. So if you're listening out there watching, Arizona Craft Beer Guild, try to get hold of Shades of Pale. Invite them out to some more of our beer festivals out here. So, anyways, I tap it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty good review.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. You got this bastard back.
Would you tap it?
Shit out of this beer.
Would you?
No.
Would you tap it?
I tap.
This was unplanned. I'm not even gonna go there.
You're gonna edit that shit out.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna run with this whole thing. When do we ever edit anything out? So remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. And don't forget your growler. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Glad it wasn't mine.